Hello and welcome back to the IPF World Open Sub-Junior, Junior and Masters Classic and Equipped Bench Press Championships. We're here in Vilnius, Lithuania. My name's Joe Whiteley. It is my absolute pleasure to be here with Gary Williams today. We have the Open Equipped Bench Press Championships for you in this session. All of the women's classes. We have 47, 52 and 57 kilo classes in Group 1. And then we'll have the 63s and 69s in Group 2, and then 76s and all the way up to 84 plus in the third round. Gary, we've seen some high drama here today.
Yeah, look, with every equipped competition, there's always plenty of drama. And we talk about it all the time, the importance of opening, with a little bit of caution. I mean, it's great that, you come out here and you want to do the best you can. You want to put the best number on the board you can, but get that opener on the board. And we saw, in the previous session, that consistency was the key.
Absolutely.
We saw gold medals go to Russia because he was consistent.
And the hot favourites did not get a lift in.
So we've already seen some changes to opening attempts here in the lifters for this session. Let's hope they've been watching the previous sessions and maybe taking some...
I hope that they're changing in the right direction. We saw Christina Tsoy just go up right at the last minute there. But we're ready to go now, and we have Maria Polyanska from Ukraine opening her bench with 77.5 kilos. She's 18 years old, so sub-junior, and she's competing in the Open.
No, if you look at the board there, she's certainly got the potential and possibility for a medal here in the Opens.
And that's quite an achievement, 18 years old. Equipped benching is such a technical sport. To have gained those technical skills at such a young age is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's certainly not easy to be the first lifter on the platform. Oh,
beautiful. That was very nice indeed.
3 white lights, and she puts herself on the board, and she gives herself an opportunity.
And that's the first job. Well, your first job is to weigh in successfully. And Maria was in the 47 kilo class, so that's not an easy weigh in.
I don't think I've ever been 47 kilos.
So next up we have Christina Tsoy from Kazakhstan. She's in the same class, the 47s. We have 3 classes to keep track of in this group.
So 80 kilos in the bar, put that into perspective. She weighed in at 45.8 today. So getting pretty close to double body weight.
This is her first World Championships. Been competing a while, but the first time she's been out to Worlds. Difficult.
Struggling with that lockout on that left side there. She just looked like she didn't touch where she really wanted to.
It was a difficult touch. I think she was asked to rack it. I think she was still battling with the bar. But that's no lift for her, and she's under pressure.
You can see there the bar comes down quite straight and high up on the chest there. And a very straight press as well.
It went over forward, didn't it? So she couldn't get that left arm to lock out. Oksana Montron next from Ukraine. Also in the 47s. And she's asked for 85 kilos.
So this should be a fairly handleable lift, I'd imagine. She has done 102.5. I think that was at the Ukrainian Championships. But don't quote me on that. And I think...
Nice and controlled. Slightly tough on the lockout.
Had to really press through there, but it looks like she gets there. Yeah, 3 white lights. She gets a good line coming down. Body position's good. Yeah, you can see her elbow just swung back a little bit there, making that lockout really tough.
But a good lift nonetheless. Marcela Sandvik next from Finland. Called for 90 kilos to open her account. She's in the 52s.
Yeah, certainly no stranger to these events. She's a 125 best lift. I thought she'd done more than that though recently, but I could be wrong.
I've got 125 for. Oh, lovely.
And very easily handled. Great opening lift.
Well, you know, she didn't get a successful lift in Japan, so I think she's
That's
really
right.
making sure. And that's a good move. She's on the board now. Platform team are working so fast. We get the lifter called to the bar before we've seen the previous replay.
There's not a lot of time in between lifters there.
So this is Mariana Collierdenko from Ukraine. She's in the 57s, first lifter out for the 57s, and she's asking for 90 kilos. She came to Lithuania for the World Bench last time it was here. I don't think she's done any internationals in the meantime. And that's tough for an opener.
Tough opener. She'll get it on the board, I think. It doesn't leave a whole lot of room to move.
Maybe she needs that shirt just coming down a little bit. Gau's just pointed out to me that the Finnish lifter Sandvik has scratched. She's got 90 kilos
it's interesting. When she finished her lift, we did see that she was grabbing her right shoulder.
Yeah, it seemed to me like she was, you know, tugging on her shirt.
It was just because of the shirt.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe there's something there.
Jana Zadorina on the platform right now. She's in the 57s. Wow, 47s. 47 kilo lifter opening heavier than
105.
Yeah.
That
was so easy.
Extremely easy.
Well, that gives me cause to have a look to see what the world record is in the 47s. I think it's a little bit up the road at 141. But wow, that was an easy lift. Maria Frank next. I think this is the first Canadian we've seen this week.
It is. And a long, long way to travel. Particularly with all the added travel components now.
Has a big impact, particularly in equipped lifting, because any body weight changes make the equipment fit very differently. So Maria's asked for 115.
Yeah, it's not far away from her best record of 120.5, which is a Canadian record, is it? Or European? No, well, must be Canadian.
Must be Canadian.
And she makes that look pretty convincing.
Yeah, she did 120.5 at Canadian Nationals, but that was last year. I don't think she's competed since then.
Yeah, it's really difficult to gauge at the moment, and we've had such a big
absence
and gap between major competitions, and then all of a sudden things are opening up a little bit. We've had lots of competitions in a row.
Oksana Vedmid, Ukraine. She's in the 52s, coming out for 125, 2 red plates.
Yeah, really important for her to put this on the board. This is the whole consistency thing. She's nominated with the second heaviest lift. Getting this on the board really gives her the opportunity to challenge for the gold medal.
So we've been informed that the Canadian lifter Frank, she had some butt lift, so the jury have overturned her lift. That's a no lift for Frank from Canada.
Well, that's a shame because she made it look very easy.
She did. But we have Oksana Vedmid on the platform right now for 125.
Needs to put an opener on the board.
Nice.
Great work there. And puts her in a very solid position, but she gets 2 red lights. Let's have a look at the replay.
She got a red card from the side referee, which is unusual. That's usually either touches the belt or doesn't touch the chest. I wonder if he pressed the wrong button.
Yeah,
but I couldn't really see what was wrong there.
I think we need a...
Alina Goncharenko from ROC, Russian Olympic Committee. She's coming out for 130. This is a big lift for a 52 kilo lifter.
Yeah, this is where the battle really starts. I mean, if you know, we heard Vedmid miss that opening lift, And that would have put her in a position to, challenge for a gold medal. If Alina puts this on the board, she puts herself in a very, very commanding position.
That's a great arch she's got there. Wow.
Well, it's rolling around a bit there.
Yeah, she didn't get the press command because the bar was moving about on her chest, and it was there for so long, she was fighting with it for so long that she had nothing left for the press.
So you need to bring that bar to the chest and stop it as quickly as possible. The quicker you stop it, the quicker you get the press command.
We have one more opening lift in this group, and that's Larissa Kotkova from ROC. M1 lifter competing in the Open. She's come out for 147.5.
Yeah, it's well within her reach.
She's done 165 before. She has the world record in the M1s,
which is 165.5.
But that was a while ago she got that. It was Potchefstroom 2018.
Well, we're about to see how her training's been going. She certainly has experience and maturity to manage everything well.
Controlled descent. Very nice indeed.
And you could see how quickly she got a press command then.
Because the bar was still.
3 white lines, she controlled it down, came to her chest, stopped, she gets the press command.
And that puts her in a strong position in the 57s.
We roll into round 2.
And this is Christina Tsoy from Kazakhstan coming out again for 80. She missed this first time out.
Wants to get this on the board to take the pressure off her a little bit. Otherwise, it's coming down to the last lift, and that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it's not where you want to be.
Good control, good speed. And she gets it back to the top and locks it out. That should be okay. She gets 2 white lights, and that's enough. So she gets it on the board and takes the pressure off just a little bit.
She seemed to have a little bit of difficulty controlling the bar at the top, but got it under control as it reached the chest and pressed it out. Maria Polyanska next, 47s. 85 kilos on the bar. This will move her up to 3rd place for the moment. She's heavier than Montron from Ukraine, so it won't move her ahead into 2nd.
And, she's a sub-junior. She's here in the Opens. She just needs to do her job and follow her plan and see what happens.
Very nice.
That was a very well executed lift. The referees say 3 white lights. Very well executed. There's great control. For such a young lady, having already mastered this technique so well, and she's got so much learning to go.
Yeah. Montron next, Ukraine. She's coming out for 87.5, taking a really, really conservative jump from 85.
Yeah, look, I think this is probably a smart move. Her opener wasn't an overly easy opening lift.
And one of the things you have to do, as well as getting your lifts on the board, is convince your coach you can do more. He's not going to give you a big jump if he doesn't think you can do it. So you need to convince him that you've got the lift you want. And, I think that's right. That was right on the edge. Yeah.
So the last lift is going to be tough. But that consistency puts her in, 87.5. She's in the mix there.
I don't see that she's really got much. She might have some more adjustment in the shirt to come. Mariana Collierdenko next from Ukraine. She's in the 57s, opened at 90, gone up to 95.
Good control.
Yeah, that was a great touch, but it's a tough
It
press.
wasn't overly smooth on the way out, but she handled it well. She gets 2 white lights.
Blue card on bench is either for lockout or downward movement of the bar. I think in this case it would be a lockout.
Might have been lockout. That one arm, I think
Oh,
it was
I
the
don't
left
know actually.
arm.
The bar stalled a little bit.
Left arm looked a little soft on lockout.
Yeah.
But referees have a
ROC.
completely different view than we do, and they don't get a replay.
They do not. But this is a big advantage of having the jury in the IPF because the jury do get the replay that we see.
Yeah, we've seen this week already the jury overturning a number of lifts.
So this is 110.
That was a fairly convincing 110.
It was blink and you miss it, yeah.
Maria Frank now from Canada, who initially got the lift. It was overturned by the jury.
Needs to keep her butt down. Coming out for the same weight.
So she really needs to do this one technically perfect, because the referees now are going to be looking very, very closely for those infractions.
She started off with not much butt on the bench. But the press was easy, the strength's there.
That looked better. Didn't really see any hip movement from this angle. 3 white lights, that's convincing.
On the board and straight into second place.
Much better. You can see there she didn't really shift the body much at all. All the power going into the bar.
Oksana Vedmid, she also failed her opener. She's coming out for the same weight again, 125.
So currently, Sandvik is actually in the gold medal position in the 52s, and the only one that put a lift on the board. But unfortunately, she has scratched her second and third.
She says she had the smallest opener. She's not coming out again. And she could well. We've seen bigger upsets than this, and even today.
So Oksana, this is to put her in the gold medal position. That looked better.
Yeah, that looked good.
That looked a lot better. 3 white lights. She puts herself in the gold medal position.
Straight to the top of the table. But here comes Alina Goncharenko looking to move her down a position. Failed 130 on her opener, coming out for the same weight again.
Right up on those shoulders. She has quite a big arch. Which I think that was an understatement.
Yes, drive a bus under there.
Looks better.
That was definitely better. She got the touch a lot. She got the press command much quicker because she brought the bar to the stop.
Controlled that bar this time.
And that puts her in the lead in the 52s.
No wiggling around on the bar, much better.
Larissa Kotkova next, 155. She looked great on her opener of 147.
So this will put her just a little under 10 kilos shy of the world record.
So I think she's fairly secure in first place. She's a good way up the road from Frank.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's really going to threaten the gold medal at this point. She's opened at 147.5. So she can put this one on the board and then do whatever she likes for her third. Nice lockout, very convincing lockout. 3 white lights.
Kept control of the shirt really well. Put the bar exactly where she wanted it to be. And it went straight to lockout.
Yeah, and you can see when she locks out, she's very convincing of it.
So this is where we are at the moment in round 3. I've just seen a change going for Christina Tsoy to try and move her up to 3rd place. Yeah, we've got a responding change from Polyanska now.
Yep.
We've seen the tactics come into play.
This is where they all get changed, and we get the order changed, and we'll be told this lift is next, and then it'll be someone else.
But this is where we crown the world champions in this round.
You've got to give yourself every opportunity.
So I think it is going to be Christina Tsoy coming out next for 87.5. That will move her up to silver. If she can do it.
Yeah, look, I think that's probably a good choice of weight.
She's gone up 7.5 kilos, and she's
second lift at 80 looked pretty fast and pretty convincing.
It did.
The 87.5 gives her the possibility of maybe sneaking in for a medal.
7.5 kilo increase, though. You've got to realise how much of a proportion of her own body weight that is.
Compared to body weight.
Yeah, she weighed in at 45.8. We're pretty close to double body weight here.
You've got the opportunity to take a shot at the medal.
That's what she's here for.
She's got a long way to move that bar, though.
And no,
it's just
gone.
a bit too tough on that right-hand side there.
Worth a try.
Yeah, look, she had nothing to lose for it. You might as well take a shot and give yourself an opportunity.
That leaves her with the best of 80 kilos and 4th place.
So we load the bar to 90 kilograms now. Oksana Matranchik, Ukraine.
She's in 2nd already, looking to just extend that a little bit and defend against Polyanska. Polyanska's put in 95, but I think that's a placeholder. She just wants to go after.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised
Matranchik
to see that drop. She still has to outlift because she's a bit heavier, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that drop to 92.5.
But she had the disadvantage of the lot number and the disadvantage of body weight, so that's why she's put in a high placeholder. See what happens and then react.
And not
it
quite
will
there.
Not go. So I expect to see Polyanska drop to 90 now.
Yep, that's all she needs. Is she going to drop?
So it leaves Matranchik with the best of 87.5, and she's in silver medal place right now. And we are not seeing a change.
We're not making the change, which is
Polyanska.
Unusual. She's going with the 95.
I would have.
Oh, it's a world sub-junior record. That's why.
Right. Okay.
You missed that one.
That makes sense.
So this is for the world sub-junior record.
And she has looked strong.
Not a bad effort, rolling into the Opens, looking to put a silver medal on and a world sub-junior record.
But you know the sub-junior record's 90. She could have done 92.5.
Is it 90 or 93.5?
I think it was taken the other day. Yeah.
But no joy
not today,
unfortunately. So she'll take the bronze medal.
So she couldn't have taken 94 to beat the 93.5 because you can't take a sub-junior increment in an open competition.
I'll tell you, she almost got it there, though. It was just at the last minute it pulled forward on her.
But yeah, that was taken yesterday, I think.
Correct.
Real grinder, yeah. So, Mariana Collierdenko coming out for 100 kilos. This is not going to move her up. She's guaranteed the bronze medal in the 57 kilo class.
And just not quite there. You know, we've talked earlier about being consistent, putting yourself in the right position, securing your medal, and then doing whatever you want. And you can see the nomination from Kotkova there. She's nominated her 3rd lift as a world record attempt. She already secured the gold medal.
She's not under any pressure at all. She doesn't need to defend. She can do whatever she likes. So we're yet to see a successful lift in the 3rd round. Let's hope Yana Zadorina can change that trend. She's coming out for 115.
And she has the gold medal.
Absolutely secure as world champion.
And that looks like a very nice
No,
lift.
the press was very easy, but did
Her
she
hips
lift?
did look like they
Nah,
lifted. Nope, she gets the
she
3
was
white
fine.
lights.
So that's a great way to finish your World Championship run.
It certainly is.
3 for 3, World Champion.
And 122.5 goes on the bar.
This from Maria Frank. She's looked very strong. The presses have looked easy, but she had a technical error on her opener.
Yeah, she certainly didn't have any issues with the strength or using the shirt. It was really just some minor technicalities. So 122.5. She has the silver medal already. And that looked like a pretty easy press as well.
It did.
And she's pretty happy with that lift.
Yeah, that's a PB
Gets
for
a
her.
silver medal in the World Championships. And we've got an attempt change going in.
So we've got a battle going on here with Vedmid and Goncharenko.
And Vedmid just changed her
Yeah.
attempt to 135 from 132.5.
That's not going to be enough though, is it? Because Vedmid is heavier.
Yeah, look, I think what she's done is she's just put the extra on there
Wait
to
and
say
see.
that if you match it, then
Yeah.
it is what it is.
So here comes Alina Goncharenko. She wants to push her lead out another 5 kilos with 135.
So she has the gold medal position already. And she's currently trying to defend it. Really taking her time on the setup there. Wants to get everything right.
15 seconds to go.
Oh, it's tough. She's working for it, but not quite there.
Not quite. It was very close. Now she's going to have to wait and see what Vedmid does.
Yeah, so let's be quite interesting. Vedmid has to lift at least 132.5.
But she can't drop now. She has to take the 135.
Correct, yes.
So there's going to be a tense moment now in the back room for Goncharenko. She's done everything she can.
Does she hold on to the gold medal, or does Oksana Vedmid get the 135 on the board and steal it back? The 10 kilo jump from a second lift at 125. She's super focused. Oh, that's moved well. She's got the lock, and
from
convincingly.
what we've seen, that looked like
I think
a good
she's got
look.
it. She has. She sneaks back and takes the gold medal. And she is over the
Just laughing
moon.
because she nearly knocked her coach over as she.
And the action now takes to the world record attempt, 166 kilos. Current world record 165.5. This will be a world record and a world masters record, I think.
Yeah, M12. It's her own world record.
166. She already is the world champion. She had it all her own way.
But look, this is what you talk about, isn't it? You get all your lifts in.
Get them on the board. Put yourself in the position and opportunities present.
Here we go. Open world record on the bar for a Masters 1 lifter.
166. It's tough, but she's not quitting on it. She's just going to lock out that left arm.
I don't know.
think she got there. No lift,
quite.
Unfortunately. She knew that when before
But
she
you know,
finished.
she walks away world champion.
She's the world champion, and she knows she is very, very, very close to breaking her own world record.
So we move into Group 2 now. Group 2 is the 63s and the 69s. And we're going to be led out by Lisa Perry from Estonia. Here she comes. She's asked for 87.5 kilos. She's in the 63s. She won a class at the Western Europeans this month. It was only 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, there's a lot of lifters this week so far that have competed several competitions quite recently, and it is, as you said, the calendar's sort of squished up a little bit.
She's going to have to watch her butt. I can see from here she's up and down on the bench. The press was good.
So your hips can certainly move, but your butt has to stay in contact.
And that's a good lift, 2 to 1. Yeah, she's up and down. She's getting a lot of leg drive.
She's still staying in contact though, so.
We have Faye Jordan of the UK coming out next. She's been lifting for quite a while. She's right up against the age class. She'll be a master next year. And she also competed only 2 weeks ago at the Arnold UK. She got 115 at that competition.
We're looking at 110 now. Of course,
We're looking at Mark Giles
in the corner. Plenty of experience there.
Absolutely who you'd want to be sending you out for an equipped bench competition. Slow and steady.
And that looks like a good opening lift. There it is, 3 white lights. The most important aspect, getting that first one on the board.
Absolutely. It's so much relief when you've got one on, you're in the competition, and you can get on with your game plan. Great lift from Faye.
So, Lubika Pogrobava from Slovakia. Looking for 112.5. I believe she has a national record. Really taking time with the setup. Gets the butt down there. Not a lot of butt contact. That always makes it tough to keep it there.
It's hard to referee.
And
that was a good press. Yeah.
It didn't look like a lot of movement through the body. Oh, but she gets 2 red lights.
As you predicted, a bit of butt lift maybe.
Yeah, I'd imagine that'll be why. And look on the press here. Yeah,
she's up.
I mean, she was only just in contact to begin with. Makes it very tough to maintain.
So you've got Lynn Fjeld coming out next from Norway.
130 kilograms. So the current world record for the 63 kilos 185 and 69 178. And we've got some juniors competing in this session as well.
Keeps the chest up really nicely.
Gets the touch. Oh, it's a tough one. She's still moving it though.
Yeah,
and she gets the
fought
top.
through it.
Absolute determination, but she gets 2 red lights. Unfortunately, it's a lot of energy to use.
I don't think we'll see from this angle if there was butt lift. But she's certainly did something to get red lights from both
yeah,
side
you can see her
referees.
hips push up there, which I imagine her contact is lost.
Yeah.
I'd say. Very difficult to referee that position as well.
Yeah. Inkville Hanson from Norway. She's in the 69 kilo class.
Looking for 132.5. Quick press, very quick
make
press.
Sure work with that.
And 3 white lights. And she puts herself in the competition. Zadira Khabib from Kazakhstan. 140 kilograms. And this should be a fairly manageable opening lift, but it's very difficult to tell at the moment.
It's 20 kilos below a stated PB, but we don't know when that was from, whether that was a recent lift or not. Oh, that was lovely. That was a beautiful press.
3 white lights.
Now that looks like her PB's 20 kilos more.
And let's take a look at the replay. Very good control to the chest. Quick press, very nicely done. Very little movement all through the body.
So here comes Victoria Yultsova. She's the reigning world champion. She won her class in Japan the last time this competition was held.
And she is just 19 years of age.
So that means she won the sub-juniors in Japan.
And
Competing
she's
today in
now
the
competing
Open.
in the Opens.
And leading the way in the Opens. 145 on the bar.
A little bit off centre.
Did
But
not give her
very
any
well
trouble.
done.
Yeah.
She stopped that bar on her chest so quickly. She got a very quick press command, which is exactly what you want.
And that gives her a convincing lead in the 63s.
Yeah, she's going to be very, very hard to peg down. Getting that opening lift on the board has made all the difference.
Lulu Christiancova coming out next for ROC. She's in the 69s and she's asked for 147.5 to open her account.
$147.5. Be very nice to put this on the board and put yourself in the mix. Wow,
Nice.
that was super
a great
fast.
lift.
3 white lights. Thank you very much. And we've got some big numbers ahead. 155 goes on the bar now.
Very familiar face coming out to the bench.
Very experienced lifter. Very calm and very mature lifter for such a young lady as well.
That's Matilda Vilma. She's been world champion in the juniors and world bench champion. Competing in the Open today. I think she's been in the Open for the last year or so.
Yeah, no stranger to the world platform.
Opening with 155. It's a 69 kilo lifter.
That is monstrous. Just trying to find her foot position there. Just letting the clock run a little bit. But she's got the experience. She knows what she's doing.
She benched this at her last international.
Great control. Great
Oh,
press.
that was lovely.
And that is exactly what you would expect to see from her. big smile on her face, great opening lift. But
And
right now,
yeah,
we are loading the bar to 182.5 for a world record attempt opening lift. Sonia Kruger.
Now we've seen Stephanie Kruger several times in the past couple of months. She has been competing absolutely non-stop. She won a class and she actually set this world record in Romania. Actually in Pilsen. She competed in Pilsen, she competed in Romania,
Wow.
then she did a German nationals, and now she's here, all in the
That's
space of a few
schedule.
months. And she's in Stavanger next week. Let's hope that doesn't slow her down any.
It's a big schedule. And she's still got another year in the juniors as well, I think. For a world record on your
She's
opening
been asked
attempt.
to replace
She's been
the
re-ranked.
bar.
There's not a lot of time left now. And
What do you think? Was that lockout? I didn't see if the side refs had their hands up still.
Yeah, she gets the command this time.
You can
Has
see
it
the
rattled her
shirts. Yeah, her
it's
shirt
just-
slid right up as the bar came down. We might be
So-
able to see that again on the replay. She hasn't got a belt holding that shirt down though.
She's in a tough position right now.
Yeah, we can't really.
Yeah, and the whole shirt
You saw the
shifted.
shirt fold itself up on her chest.
Yeah.
So she needs to get that shirt pulled down. We know she's capable of this weight. She benched 180 in Romania.
Lisa Perry from Estonia now, 95. She's really fired up for this one.
She is.
She's currently ranked second.
But two lifters in this class have yet to make a successful bench. $10-kilo personal best on the bar.
And it moved off the chest well. It was pretty tough in the middle though.
Moving around a lot on the bench.
Yeah, and she gets the two reds. You can see just how much she's wiggling side to side. Her foot moved there at one point. So all the power she's generating through the legs is going everywhere else except for the bar.
Ljubica Polka-Rybova next from Slovakia. She failed this on her first attempt. She's coming out for another go at the same weight. This will fire her straight into second place.
Yeah, look, and it should be well within reason for a 112.5. So 112.5. That looks better. Yeah, still a bit wobbly through the middle, but it looked better, and it is. It's three white lights. She gets on the board, gets into the medals.
We have Faye Jordan coming out next from the UK for 115. She has pressed 115 in the past. She did 115 out in Japan, I think. But maybe not for a while. Oh, she did actually get 115 at the Arnold last week.
So it's been a busy schedule for her as well.
Really has. Busy schedule for her. She puts on a lot of the British Championships. She's a very active meet director and coach in the UK. I think her shoulder.
It's moving.
She's doing
it's getting
well
there. She locks it.
I thought her left shoulder just rotated as the bar came
Markle's
down.
convinced, and it is. It's two white lights.
She did really well to push through that.
She had to fight for it. She earned every penny there.
Here we go for Solbakken from Norway. She is coming out for 130. She missed this first time out.
Yeah, this will put her into the silver medal position. So, missing the 130. If she can get this on the board, puts her in silver medal, and pretty commandingly as well. Touch is a bit awkward. I think she's going to do it though. She gets the lockout.
I think her coach shouted that up.
And he gets the
2 to 1, that's a good lift.
I think the bar was too scared not to come up there with the coach shouting.
Stayed patient with the touch. And was rewarded with a good lift. Inkville Hanson next from Norway. 140 kilos. She opened at 132.5. She's gone up to 140.
Yeah, 7.5 kilos. That was not a huge ask.
So we have got 2 weight classes on the platform at the moment, the 63s and the 69s. It makes it a lot easier to follow the competition if you go to the live scoreboard at goodlift.info. Powerlifting's a numbers game. You need those numbers.
Is. Every coach is already standing out the back with their calculators, working out exactly what's needed for each little thing.
And that's a good lift for Inkville.
Very good lift.
Here comes Zadira Khabib from Kazakhstan. 147.5. This will take her up to second place.
So we're at 147.5. Really taking the time there. Oh, very nice.
That was lovely.
Very, very nice lift. 3 white lights. It just looks so casual.
And that we've got a real fight on our hands through the 69 kilo class.
So Victoria Sova, 150 now. Currently ranked number 1 and pretty securely in that number 1 position. Although she's going to get a little bit of a challenge from field if she doesn't get this lift on.
Her opener was great though.
Yeah, look, that 5 kilos, I don't think is going to make a huge amount of difference. She was very professional with her opening lift. She has enormous mobility. And it looked pretty good.
That was no drama at all.
And she gets 3 white lights. So we load the bar to 52.5, 152.5 for Elia Kistiakova. So she opened at 147.5. This will move her up from 3rd to 2nd. Still under her personal best. And she needs to put this one on there. Or even her bronze medal is going to get challenged.
Great touch.
Very nice lift.
Great press.
And that will put her into the silver medal. And I would imagine definitely keep her in the medals.
Well, that really puts her in contention. She's right behind Vilma now. We have to remember that Kruger is still to put a good lift in.
And interestingly, she's nominated
to go up.
To 185 for a second. Which is a very interesting tactic. Could be looking to work the shirt a little bit.
Matilda Vilma coming out next for 160.
Currently ranked number 1. And certainly no stranger to being a world champion. With 30 seconds already gone on the clock.
She benched 165 at the last world bench, so this should be within her capabilities.
Good touch.
Nice.
Oh, super fast. Outstanding. She is putting on a bench clinic today. We go for another attempt at the world record. But instead of 182.5, she's moved to 185.
Now she attempted 185 in Romania at World Juniors, didn't quite get it. She was successful with 180. Now the world record in this class is 178. She was in the 63s in Romania, which is why the world record isn't higher.
So she wasn't successful on her opener at 182.5.
No, she's got a belt on this time to keep the shirt down. Because her shirt, you saw it fold up on her chest as she brought the bar down.
Here. It looks better, but it
but
just doesn't want to move.
This is a disaster.
She has got herself into all sorts of trouble
so,
now.
I mean, this is really difficult now because if you release the shirt a little bit, because the touch is still difficult.
Yeah.
But if you release the shirt, can you still press it?
Yeah, well, and if you look at that replay there wasn't really a whole lot of press out of the shirt. So she's in a lot of trouble now.
She really is. And she has so much experience, and yet here we are with her 2 lifts in and nothing on the board. So we have Lisa Perry next from Estonia. She missed 95. She's gone up to 100 anyway.
Yeah, look, she's ranked number 4. She's not going to get into the medals unless she can somehow put 130 on the bar after doing 95, which is unlikely. So she's having a crack at the 100. Could be something personal.
It's a big benchmark, isn't it? 100 kilo bench.
Oh, she's going to have to work for it, though.
No,
not quite there.
Not quite.
And she has a bit of a smile. She puts the bar up there.
Leaves
and I think that was one of those personal benchmarks.
Yeah.
And it is. And you're right. That 100 really is a benchmark.
It's a big bench for a female. Faye Jordan next. She's coming out for 120 now. This is going to be a big PB for Faye.
120 kilos.
It's not going to move her up at all. The next lifter up is on 147.5, so that's out of reach, really. So this is going to be a personal target, 120.
Olga Ignichenko, our technical controller today, making sure everyone's got all their equipment correct. And we saw that a lot yesterday. Oh, can she fight it?
Well, she's
she
putting
is so strong.
So much effort. And that was a great fight.
Crazy strong because that shirt stopped moving very early.
But that leaves her with the best of 115. That matches her personal best. She can't be too upset at that. And 5th place at the moment. Ljubica Polkarabova next from Slovakia.
Looking for 130, so this will move her to silver, will it?
Quite a big jump though. Yep, take her up to silver medal.
It's a very big jump. 112.5 to 130.
She's lighter than the Norwegian lifter.
Well, she has her bronze medal secure, I think. Yeah, she does. So she's not risking anything. She's not risking anything, and she has the opportunity to maybe take a silver.
Careful, controlled descent.
Good press call. Oh, just didn't quite get the momentum.
Not today. It was a big ask, really.
Yeah, look, it was a bit of a Hail Mary, but like we said, she wasn't risking losing the medal she has. It was a low probability, but the probability was still there that it could happen. So I think we just had an attempt change going, perhaps.
Inkville Hanson next from Norway. In the 69 kilo class, she's going to look to move herself onto the podium with 147.5.
Yeah, look, and this is the point in the competition where you will see a lot of changes going in these last lists because everyone's trying to move themselves up the rankings, get into the medals, doing what they can.
20 kilo jump. Oh, that's not the right graphic, is it?
So 7.5 kilos. Yeah, so something's not quite right there. She just needed the bar shifted over a little bit.
She's struggling to keep control of that weight.
Looks heavy. She gets a nice touch though. Oh, and it just gets back onto there. She got off the chest really well.
I think the weight was just a bit too heavy to handle today.
But a very, very good effort there. So we'll put 150 on the bar now. This is a big jump. Field from Norway. I have a feeling, this is to move from second to gold. She missed her opener at 130, got it on a second, and I'm wondering if 150 was around about where her original planned third was going to be.
Could be, but it's an attempt at the gold medal. I think that's
this will put her into the gold medal position.
Thing.
And if she gets this, she's going to make sure Khabib has to live for the gold. Oh, it's really sort of come down low there.
Yeah, she lost it on the bottom part of the descent, I think.
Yeah, it just got away. Probably see it on the replay quite well. As she gets down to that touch, the bar just shifts forward and the elbows go out of position. There it is. Not easy to press from that position.
Absolutely not. Zadira Khabib next from Kazakhstan. She's in third place at the moment, would like to move up to silver.
And she's in a pretty good position because she's been consistent. She put a first on, she put a second on. She's only had to add 5 kilos to give herself a shot at the silver medal.
I can see some wild attempts that have been put in for thirds there for Vilma and Kruger. But here's Khabib doing her job very well indeed.
Did that perfectly. She's given herself every opportunity to take home the silver medal. She's been consistent. Her lifts have been absolutely beautiful. She's got all 3 on the board. Now all she can do is wait. So we go to 155.
Victoria Yultsova, ROC. Leading the way in the 63s.
Yeah, she's secured that pretty well at the moment.
Got a bit of a challenge from a teammate coming up. Oh no, she's we're done. She has won. She's got the gold in the 63s.
World champion in the 63 kilo. Looking to finish on 155 and 3 greens. And we do like the look of the green board. We haven't seen a lot of it today.
There have been a lot of reds.
It's not easy out there in equipped lifting. It's a tough job. But she certainly makes the job look easy. Did she get the lock at the top, or did it drop?
I think she did get the lock, but it wiggled about a bit on the way.
Wiggled. Yeah, she's disappointed in herself because she knows she can do better.
But this is powerlifters, isn't it? She's the world champion, and she's disappointed in herself.
Yeah, look, and I think it was just probably a little bit of a lapse of concentration. It moved very, very quickly. And
there it goes.
Just a little bit of a lapse of concentration. Took the pedal off a little bit. But she's the world champion. You can't ask for much more than that.
Elia Kistiakova from ROC in the 69s, looking for 155. It's only a 2.5 kilo increase, but it will move her up to the silver medal position for the moment. Nice.
Very well done. 3 white lights.
Gets her foot on the second step.
And we talk about third attempts and changes and placeholders. Matilda Vilma has done a really, really smart thing, and she's put in her 185.5 as a placeholder.
Just in case Kruger gets her 185. Oh no, she's dropped. She's changed.
Oh, she's dropped. She went to 178.5.
So she is looking for the world record in this class.
World record 178.5. She put in the last second attempt change. She's decided she's just going to do her job.
I think this is a bet on Kruger not making her third lift.
Well, it's an interesting one because, if you look at the last 2 lifts, she hasn't looked convincing that it's there.
It's true. And in a way, you'd want Vilma to defend the world title. Yeah. But if she did, then she loses her opportunity to have a crack at the world.
Yeah, she has an opportunity here to have a crack at a world record, put herself in the gold medal, and wait and see what happens.
She asked for support from the crowd,
the way
and she
her
has got
lifts
it.
have been looking, I'm quite confident that she
has
this
so
in
strong.
There. They are moving so fast. So I think this is a really smart move. World record attempt 178.5.
It's a long way up from her second at 160.
If she gets this, she is the world record holder. She is currently in the gold medal position.
But we still have 1 lift to go after this.
Oh, a little bit unstable there. She steadies it though. Oh, can she lock it out? I think she gets it there.
I think it has.
I think she has. 3 white lights. She has the world record. She has the gold medal. Now she has to wait for Kruger at 185.
I mean, this is all or nothing for Sonia Kruger.
And I think the coaching staff and the team made the right decision there.
I think they did. That was a great lift for
185.5 might have been a bit too much.
So this is all or nothing for Sonia Stephanie
This is
Kruger.
for the world record and the world championship, or you go home with nothing.
But she's been world champion many, many times.
And this isn't the first time she's been under this sort of pressure either.
She's come back from behind.
Yeah, she's certainly no stranger to it. If anyone can pull off this sort of Hail Mary,
it's a different shirt.
It's her.
Is that a different shirt?
I think she has changed shirts.
That's a big risk.
And not today.
Yeah.
So Vilma takes the world record and the world championship.
She came out in a shirt with no belt. The shirt slipped up. She put a belt on it, couldn't press it. Changed the shirt for a third attempt, but that is a hard thing to do.
It was a tough day at the office for her. So Vilma takes the world record and the world championship. They bet on her not getting her third, and the bet paid off.
So great result for Vilma. As we move straight into the third group, we have the 76 kilo, 84 kilo, and 84 plus kilo.
There are going to be some big,
we've got some
big
great
weights
lifters
getting moved around. We've got some M2s competing as well.
But we're going to start off with Miroslava Horokova. she has asked for 85 kilos to open her bench.
We're in the 85 kilos.
She looked a bit unstable on the bench, but the strength was definitely there. She pressed that through really easily.
And you know what? That's the advantage of doing a smart opening lift. You want an opening lift, and if things don't go perfectly, you're still going to get it.
Well, talking about things going perfectly, we've got Rachel Steedman coming out next. It took her fully 50 hours to travel here from the UK. She hit 5 different countries. She's still not seen her bag. She's had to borrow all her kit.
You've got to take your hat off to her.
And she's coming out.
She's still walking out on that platform.
She made it late last night, and here she is.
Wow.
She's out on the platform. 1:15 on the bar.
Talk about a tough ask.
Yeah. Her training's been going great. Her PB's 1:18, but I've seen her press 1:30 easily in training.
Oh, wow, fantastic.
And that makes it all worthwhile. She's on the board.
You know, with everything that's happened, she's put one on the board, and she's got to be happy with that.
She competed at the Arnold a couple of weeks ago, got 110 there, and she's just moved that up to 1:15.
Aziza Duromova, Kazakhstan.
She's in the 84s, opening with 125, 2 red plates.
Trying to get those shoulders underneath as much as you want to try and get up on your shoulders as high as you can. It does 2 things. It's a better lifting position, and it also protects your shoulders and particularly your rotator cuffs. Oh, very well done.
Yeah.
That looked very nice. It was absolute minimal body movement. Just a slight shift from the leg drive, and that was it.
Great mobility to get her feet flat that far back.
And hardly even moves. Brilliant.
Paneer Lindstrom, Denmark next. She's in the 76s, and she's asked for 137.5, right up against her PB of 140.
Well, we've seen several times today the problems with opening too high.
Absolutely. She got 130 in Czechia at the Europeans. Missed 142.5. See what she can do today.
And good focus. Good touch there. Got a little bit wobbly.
Just got out of line.
Yeah, look, just as she touched there, she was looking for a really nice touch, and it was, but just as she touched, the bar started to shift around a little bit. You might be able to catch it on the replay. And it just starts to shift and wobble a little bit. And as she pressed, I think she was just a touch out of position. And you know, as we know with equipped lifting, 0.5 centimetre out of position, and it all goes haywire.
And Emia Pretzman, also from Denmark in the same class, coming out for 140. Been competing quite a while nationally. I think this is her first international.
There are some big numbers on this board. Oh,
no, just didn't quite
movement.
manage
She didn't get a call.
No, she hasn't had the start command, so she can take it out
if
again.
There's no start command. She can.
But the clock
reset,
has been
the clock
reset.
reset. So maybe there was a start command.
So we need some kind of call from the centre
I
referee.
think the jury's going to have to step in on this one.
I can see the jury's asked for the clock to be reset, but the lifter's leaving the platform, so I'm not quite sure what's...
So we're moving on to the next lifter. Olga's having a chat with him there and explaining a few things, and we'll wait and see. Because if there was no start command, she can actually, and you can see Gaston walking around.
Courage, IPF president, is on his feet.
I think we might see a second shot at it. But right now, Linda Christensen from Norway, 152.5.
I think I heard go again. I think I heard that they will get another attempt at the end. Although it is showing as a failed lift, so
we'll wait and see if that gets updated. Yeah, so the rule there is, though, if there hasn't been a start command, you can still re-rack and
but unfortunately,
reset.
yeah, but because the clock had been reset, then she didn't have any time in which to do it, so it was a confusing situation. In the meantime, we've got Linda Christensen having a difficult time.
I think she got it there, but boy, that was tough. She does. She gets it on the board.
Kind of puffs her cheek out and says, wow, what was that?
You can sort of see the look on her face there. That was heavier than I was expecting. So you can see the platform crew there just changing out one of the arms on the rack.
So we're going to see Galena Liabilia come out for ROC next. She's also in the 76 kilo class, and she has asked for 152.5 kilos to be added to the bar. She also
competes in the M1s as well. And she has a personal best of 157.5. And she's here competing in the Opens, and which is completely normal these days in powerlifting for Masters lifters to be not just competing in open categories,
but doing well, yeah.
Doing well and winning them.
So you can see the platform crew there have swapped out the racks. There's just time to say thank you to Eleco for providing such fantastic equipment to us, and also SBD, manufacturers of strength apparel relied upon by strength athletes around the world. And we have the bar loaded now for Galena.
152.5. 20 years experience, and she'll be using every bit of that today. And fast off the chest. That should be a good lift. It is 3 white lights. Brilliant way to start. So we load up to 160. Ina Levitz representing Ukraine.
160 on the bar. She's in the super heavyweights, the 84 plus.
And she's also an M2.
Just popped up into M2s this year. Still electing to lift in the Opens. If you're competitive in the Open,
why not?
Absolutely want to stay there.
You'd be crazy not to. $160 kilograms.
It's taking quite a while to set up.
Yeah, we talk about the importance of not taking elaborate amounts of time to set up, because there are those opportunities, but she certainly didn't need any extra time for anything. That's the experience right there.
Absolutely, been competing internationally since the early 90s, so she knows what she's about. Malgorzata Mazur next from Poland, also in the supers, coming out for 160.
And the platform crew work exceptionally fast through all these weight classes. They're getting the bar loaded before the screen's even changing for the next lifter. Well, probably wasn't as fast as you'd like that to move.
Slow and steady.
But it gets there, and it gets the 3 white lights.
All that matters for your opener is that you are on the board.
You just want it on there. Zuniya Khan from Kazakhstan, 160. So we're in the 76 kilo class now. So she's got a best lift of 190.
She won her class, well, it was the 72 kilo class back then. She won the 72s in Japan. So she's gone up to the 76s.
Oh, she managed that very well.
Really
you could
nice,
see it
yeah.
started to shift a little bit, but she lined it back up again absolutely beautifully.
I can see that Pretzman, the Danish lifter, will be given another attempt at 140 at the end of this round.
And so that was overturned. There was
So
no start command.
For this, for the moment, we've got Kate Swettman coming out for the UK. Kate has the biggest bench in the UK. She's benched 180.
Wow.
Holds the British all-time record.
That is ridiculous.
And her 180 moved like the empty bar, honestly. So we're expecting, hopefully, big things from Kate today.
So 165 then, and this will be a good indicator of just how she's feeling, how her body's responded to the travel and the changes. It is a big ask, as you said. And some have travelled 50 hours across 5 countries without luggage. Gets the touch, speed, and just got away from her there. Just looks like she didn't quite touch where she wanted to. You can see her talking to a coach as she walks off there. She knows exactly what went wrong. She
got 172.5 a couple of weeks ago at the Arnold. I think won prize money at the Arnold. So she'll come back and nail that, I'm sure of it. But in the meantime, we have Zadira Berkaman Batova from Kazakhstan. She's coming out for 170.
That's a whopping 170. Gosh.
She's in the 84s.
This is crazy, some of the numbers are getting thrown around here.
We have some crazy numbers coming up. Easy.
And
that was nice.
That looked very easy.
It looked to be... I didn't expect it to be that easy, to be honest, with the way it came down. That was a lovely lift.
It was just another day in the office.
Now then, we have Ilya Strick.
And a very familiar face. And no stranger to the world stage. She's a number of championships under her belt.
I've lost count of how many times she's been world champion. She's been world equipped champion, world classic champion, world bench press champion.
Every competition I've ever been to, she's either won or she's at least been up in the top 3.
And you know what? She's gone up. She said she's sick of dieting, she's sick of cutting the weight, she's in the supers. So with that extra little bit of weight on her, what can she do?
Well, we've just seen what she can do. 175. Looks like a warm-up.
3 white lights for 3 red plates. That's phenomenal.
And she's super happy with that. You can see the fist pump as she walks off.
Zuniya Okatenko from Kazakhstan. She's in the super heavyweight category and she's opening with 175.
So plenty of experience.
Bronze medalist in Japan. She's going to look to be improving on that today. Oh,
she just gets completely
absolutely
out of line.
Lost control of that bar on the descent.
And spotters did a great job. The safety bars are there on the Elia racks. You're not going to get hurt. but the spotters react very fast just to be on the safe side. So we load up to 180 now for Yana Pokazaniva.
Okay, the clock is ticking. We have Yana out on the platform, looking for 180.
And quick instruction there. And you don't want to spend too much time giving instructions to the lifters, the spotters and loaders. You want to keep those instructions simple.
Yeah, you want to let them know exactly what you want, but at the same time you don't want to have a setup so fragile that you need to hand your spotter a list of instructions.
Walk out with a recipe for my lift off, please. Oh, she's a little bit offline there, but it looks like she's managed to bring it back. Looked like as she came down, her wrist was starting to roll, but she somehow managed to straighten it back up again. And she gets the 3 white lights. Absolutely brilliant.
See if we get a replay for that. It looked like she let the bar flatten her out quite a bit.
Somehow she recovered and she gets it on the board. And now we
that puts her at the top of the 84 kilo plus. And then we have
to a ridiculous amount, 207.5 kilograms for Ludmila.
And this is a PB. She was at the Arnold UK 2 weeks ago. She benched 205 on the 3rd attempt at the Arnold. So she's coming out for...
She's gone back to the drawing board, hit the training.
Well, it's only 2 weeks ago. And this is more than she managed to lift then or ever before. So this is a brave move.
Well, I hope it's the right move. We've seen it too many times this week.
You have to think that the Russian coaches know exactly what they're doing. That's a great touch.
It is, and they do.
A great press. We were doubting the wisdom of that.
2 white lights. They've taken, they've taken advantage of the fact that they haven't had to travel too far for this. There's not a real big change in environment. There's not a real big change in food.
She's only 6 kilos off the world record now.
What an opener.
So we now have Nemia Pretzman coming out for 140. This is her first attempt because we had a platform error. We had an administrative error on her first attempt.
It's easy. There's so much going on out there. It's easy for those things to happen.
And we have hours and hours and days of competition. Human error does creep in, but we've put it right. We've given her another
from the technical side, someone thinks they called start. They stopped the clock. They restarted it. There was no start command. And that's why we have juries, and that's why we have all these people here and technical controllers. So it gets fixed. And she gets her opening shot. And she just didn't quite get there.
I've seen the jury on their feet. I'm just trying to, Prochenko. The jury have said that the Prochenko lift was no good. They're saying that her butt came up.
Wow.
Now, she'd already put the world record on. I think she gets the opportunity to change that if they overturn her first lift.
I think with an overturn, she does have the opportunity to change.
Because she'd put her attempt in before she was told that knowledge. So, wow.
An interesting turn of events right now.
So in the meantime, Pretzman failed that 140 that she got another attempt at, so she's going to have to come out for that again for a second.
Yeah, no, she's put on 145 for a second, which is interesting. I think they might be looking to use the shirt a bit more.
Miroslava Horokova from Czechia. Gone up to 92.5. Made short work of it.
Yeah, she did. She handled that really, really well, and she's doing all the right things here. At the moment, she's put herself in a really good position. She's coming here with the lower nomination. She's just doing her job, and she may well walk out with a bronze medal. So Rachel Steedman, Great Britain, having travelled through 5 countries.
Yes.
No luggage.
Yeah, they bounced her from Scotland to Amsterdam to France to Germany. She got here in the end, and this is a British record attempt.
And she'd be feeling really good after getting that first one on the board.
Yeah.
And a great man, Mark Giles, handling her today, which is what you want
Exactly
after that sort of travel.
Yeah.
You want to know that you can put your confidence in him.
See her shirt slipped.
Shifted so much, didn't it?
Her shirt just slipped up her chest as the bar came down, and I think she needs to strap a belt on to keep that shirt in place.
Now, her luggage didn't arrive. Is that her shirt, or did she have to borrow one?
I'm not certain, to be honest. I think she said she had most of her kit in her hand luggage.
Yeah, most of us are wise enough to put that kit in our hand luggage.
So if she gets another attempt at that, I think she just needs to be able to keep the shirt in place.
And Aziza has got that shirt jacked as much as possible.
It really has. That wouldn't go any further, would it?
132.5. And she wants to get that grip and squeeze that bar as tight as you possibly can. Try and get all those fast twitch fibers to activate. You've got that explosive power to fire up. She has a really great technique where her body just does not move. Again, that was spot on the money. There is just zero movement in her body. All the power is going into that bar. What a great effort that was. There's just so little movement. She's not wasting any power.
Next up we have Paneer Lindstrom from Denmark, coming out for her second attempt at 137.5. Danish team struggling a little bit here. Both their lifters missed their openers.
Yeah, so this is, you really do put yourself under pressure now. You don't have the opportunity to, set that extra number. You've got to go to plan B and plan C. Nice touch. I think that should be good.
Yeah.
Didn't look like her hips moved at all. And it is. 3 white lights. She's feeling better now.
Moves her up to 4th from nowhere at all.
Yeah, so now this is really quite interesting. Anamia now, who got the relift at 140.
So she's coming out for the 3rd time now.
Yeah, and even though she didn't really lift on the first time, she did handle the bar. There was the lateral movement that takes a lot of energy, so she has used up a lot of energy already. They've gone to 145. I'm thinking that perhaps they're trying to get a little bit more out of the shirt with the extra weight, try and get that explosion off the chest and get that momentum.
This will take 4th place away from her teammate.
No, and she clipped the rack and it's really put
I
her
think
off.
it threw her off, yeah.
It's a really tough thing. When you clip the rack in classic, it tends not to be as detrimental. When you clip the rack in equipped,
as soon as you get offline, the shirt punishes you.
The shirt just takes it over. So she's having a tough day at the office now.
Linda Christensen next from Norway. Got up 5 kilos. This will move her up to 2nd. And she'll be in touch with the leader.
Just putting the numbers on the board. Sticking to your plan. Oh, it's just a little bit too much there. Just couldn't get the activation off the chest.
I wonder if she just lost that tightness.
Yeah, all the tightness looked like it was gone. We might be able to see on the replay, but there was just nothing there.
Well
to see there. It just didn't.
Yeah, it's you can't always see, internal muscle contractions.
Just didn't seem to have anything there in the shirt either.
Now this is going to move Galena up to first place, 160 on the bar. This will be a PB attempt, and she is lighter in body weight than Khan, so she will move up. But then Khan does get the opportunity to respond.
And two red lights. That's really quite interesting. Let's have a look. She's a very, very experienced lifter and a very clean lifter. And obviously you really, really can't tell from that angle.
No, she's got so little butt down.
Yeah, look, and that setup, although it's very effective, it makes it very difficult to keep contact with the bench. And it's also very difficult from a referee's perspective as well. So here we go at 165. The biggest bench in the UK.
Absolutely. She missed 165 at the Arnold for her opener. Absolutely nailed it on her second. She's super strong.
Well, between her and Mark Giles there is plenty of experience.
Yep.
And I'm sure they have rectified whatever went wrong in the first attempt.
Oh, she's struggling with the touch.
Oh, it's rolled forward, but I think she's managed
she's got it. I think she has.
That is some exceptional skill there.
She's on the board.
We might be able to see in the replay as she gets the touch, the bar rolls in her wrist, and somehow she managed to roll it back.
So it took a long time to get the command there because the bar was skipping about on her chest. You could see it moving around there.
Finally comes to a
keep it
stop.
still.
There's the roll, and she rolls it back.
Massive drive off the chest there. So we have Zuniya Khan coming out next in the 76s. She's coming out for 165. She's already leading the pack. This will extend her lead.
Good touch. Great press.
Yeah, very nice.
Moved very well. And she is going to be trying to hold on to that gold medal position. And her consistency is going to pay off.
Orobet's next, Ukraine. Absolute decades of experience here. She's gone up 10 kilos. Her first looked very comfortable.
Yeah, look, I think this is quite a reasonable jump for her to 160 to 170. Shoots her up into the bronze medal position and gives her an opportunity, a fighting chance to be in the medals as well. I mean, if you look at all the nominations for second lift in this category, they're all very close. And
no, not quite.
Didn't quite want to roll. Let's have a look. She looks a little bit. The look on her face was like, that should have come up. It's not really sure what happened there. Just didn't seem to get the momentum under it.
Małgorzata Mazur, Poland, also coming out for 170. She's also gone up 10.
So 170 again, so this will move from fourth to third.
Kate Swettman's on the podium on the third place at the moment. This will move Mazur ahead. No, not quite.
Just not quite there. Just didn't really get a whole lot of speed off the chest there. I think that is really a case of a bit of a shirt adjustment might fix that. There wasn't a whole lot of resistance in the shirt. and not a lot of movement off the chest.
No. Zuniya Okatenko, Kazakhstan. Super heavyweight. She's not got one on the board yet. She's coming out for 175 again.
And this is such a close field, the 84 pluses. I mean, there's nothing in them in their numbers. It's a case of getting one on the board to give yourself a chance.
She's heavier than Strick, so this won't move her ahead.
Oh, that's moved
Not
better, but she struggled at the top. She really struggled at the top there. And 3 red lights.
In trouble now.
Elia Strick now.
She's benched 190 in the past, but that's in a lower category. That was in the 84s. She's gone up in body weight, or at least not had to cut weight for this.
Yeah, and Elia's such an experienced lifter as well. You know, she's going to be trying to put consistency on the board and then wait for her opportunity.
And she's the lightest lifter in class, so she only has to match Polyanska. Patience. And strength. Oh, but not quite.
There's the strength that she's known for.
That's phenomenal.
Absolutely fantastic. Big smile on her face. That was a very chuffed walk off.
It was. That was a strut.
That was a strut, yes.
And Elia Strick is back where she belongs at the top of the pile.
That was a great lift.
Yeah.
You know, and that was a really good number to choose there. You know, she puts herself there. It's now up to the next lifter to lift theirs.
Berkaman Batova, Kazakhstan. 185, that's a big jump.
15 kilos. And, you know, I think she's sort of getting into foreign territory here as well. And, yes, it just gets away from her at the end.
And that feels like...
But she re-racked it for them.
But that feels like there was no need for that number, really. If she's looking for the win, she could just be staying ahead. Yeah. That was a big jump to take.
And that is the really important thing. If it's great to put those numbers on there, but you've got to get them in as well. You know, just chip away. Keep an eye on what everyone else is doing. Then when the opportunity presents.
Yana Pokasova, Russia. She's going to look to take the top spot back from Elia Strick.
She's got a big ask. Elia is a very strong competitor.
$185 on the bar to retake the lead. Doesn't look very stable.
Oh, it's a tough one to get down there, and it's just all over the shop right from the start, wasn't it? So the 180 from Elia was a very, very smart lift.
And she's strong and she's experienced, and she'll have a little bit more adjustment in her shirt.
And she is experienced, and that's really what counts, particularly in equipped lifting. Experience can be so much.
So now we have Polyanska coming out for 207.5, a weight she has never lifted in competition. So she had it overturned by the jury on the first time out.
So that really messes with your confidence a bit too. You get the lift, it gets overturned, there's all that, everything's happening.
You think you've got it, you put a world record attempt on for your next, and then suddenly you have to
your
walk
rhythm
it all
is completely changed.
But she looked great under the bar.
Yeah, look, it pressed really well. Now, she really just has to keep her head in this game now. Not let that rattle her. And I did not see anything move there.
Yeah.
Let's see. She gets 3 white lights. It's on the board. She will still get a world record.
And 7.5.
There's a bit of a skip off the platform.
Quite a lot of a skip off the platform, yeah.
I'm pretty happy with that.
So I think she's unassailable now in first place in the 84 kilo. I think we'll see 213.5 go on the bar for
I think she'll put
third.
that in the third nomination.
Yeah.
She'd planned to do that. Yeah, and there it is. 213.5 is the nomination. She wants that world record.
Miroslava Horokova, Czechia. Coming out for 100 kilos. That elusive triple-digit bench that all the female lifters want when they start.
Numbers. Look, it's not just female lifters either. I mean, I remember starting out in the gyms, that 100 kilos was that elusive number.
2 plates. Oh, that was well caught by the loaders there.
Just got away there.
Shoulder rolled, wrist went back.
Yeah, she'll be a little bit disappointed. Yeah, you can see the shoulder rolled back on the left-hand side there. And in equipped lifting, that shirt is trying to go one way, you're trying to go the other way. It's a constant battle, and sometimes the shirt wins.
Rachel Steedman out for another attempt at a British record. She's looking
did she hold the previous British record?
Yeah,
at
the current 118.
Yep.
Yep. It's her own open British record. Oh, I think one of the masters might have taken it. It might be Bev Rogers from the other day. I think she did. She took it to 120.
Well,
so this will take it back.
Let's see if she can take it back. Didn't look like a great touch.
No, she kind of dropped it a little bit, didn't she? But you know what?
She's got a lift on the board.
She had a nightmare. She made it here. She got a lift in. That's the important thing.
You got to take your hat off to her. I mean,
Yeah,
any normal person would have thrown in the town and said, you know what, I'm just not going to bother.
And especially when she walked through the door of the hotel and they told her her luggage had gone back home to Edinburgh. That's an absolute nightmare for anybody. But she came, she lifted, she got one on the board. That's her first international.
Aziza, 142.5. She is ranked number 3.
So the first two in the 84s are out of her reach, really, at 170 and 207.5. She's not going to catch up.
This is just the number she wants for today. She is an absolutely phenomenal lifter. She is only 32 years of age. She still has such a long career ahead. And with lifts like this, we're going to see her on the podium as the world champion very soon.
Oh, that's
Another
great.
fantastic lift. She just doesn't, her body just doesn't move. She got a red light now. We're really interested to see the replay here because her body generally doesn't shift at all. And we're not going to see from this angle. Yeah, there's probably a little bit more shift in the bottle, but I can't see from here.
Too much.
She's a phenomenal lifter though, and fantastic technique.
Okay, we have an Emia Pretzman. She has nothing on the board as of yet.
She has had a tough day at the office so far. Just one of those days where things haven't gone right. From the confusion at the start. And unfortunately, everyone has one of those comps where something like that happens.
They do say you're not a real equipped lifter unless you've bombed.
It's just part and parcel of equipped lifting.
So she tried 140, didn't go. Tried 145, didn't go. This is her last attempt. You can see the shirt slipping up her chest there.
But she might muscle through this one. I think she has.
Well, she's taken it to lockout.
I think she might get it. No luck. 2 red lights.
What a shame.
How unfortunate.
Let's see the replay.
Yeah,
she was
she's
off.
lifted from the descent as well, unfortunately.
And then she was miles off.
What a shame. But she gave everything she had to every lift.
Her teammate is out next, Paneer Lindstrom from Denmark, for 152.5. Quite a big jump.
Taking the Hail Mary, looking to get into the medals.
Yep.
She's ranked number 4. Yes, it's a big jump. Is it a possibility? Yes, it's a possibility. So, It's all great to get 3 from 3, but you kick yourself if you don't take the opportunity. Just a bit too much today.
It was a big jump.
Look, you know, it's all great to get 3 from 3, and it's fantastic, but, you know, there's nothing worse than finishing a comp with the, what if I'd tried that?
Well, if you were doing your lift in a vacuum and not in a competition, then it'd be a very different day, but you have to react to what the other people are doing.
157.5. Linda Christensen.
She missed this last time.
It'll take it to silver medal. Big breath in. Oh, she just...
No, not quite.
She really worked the shirt down, but it just didn't seem at the end. It just seemed to release a little bit there. I think it might have shifted maybe.
Leaves her with the best of 152.5.
Yeah, so there's an attempt change going in.
So, yeah, we have Ina Orobets next for the 170 she missed on her second.
And we saw a shooter up into the bronze medal position.
Hubert Naya up in the 76s. We had the change because she's now put on 170 to try for the win. No longer has to defend against third place, so she's going to go for gold. But here's Ina Orobets from Ukraine.
Looking to get back into the medals.
She's jacked that shirt down. She's going to have another go. She benched 185 out in Japan. This should be within her capabilities. As you say, she looked a bit confused when it didn't go in a second. Just not quite there today.
Really not getting it through. It's really quite interesting. And you can see the look on her face.
Yeah,
she's really not entirely sure why.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you look at the replay, I mean, there's nothing really there that she's done wrong. It's just not moving for her today. And, you know, look, this is the world of powerlifting. You have days where things just don't move.
And it doesn't matter what you did in the gym last week or what your PB is.
You just hope that it doesn't happen in a competition, but sometimes it does.
Months and months of training come down to a few seconds on the platform where you have to execute perfectly.
Yeah, it's an absolutely brutal sport, isn't it?
So here's Galena Liabilia from ROC. She changed. She was defending against Christensen from Norway, but when she failed her lift, she put 170 on to try and take the lead.
So this will put her back into the gold medal position.
Khan has...
Is she coming out, though?
Khan has the lower lot number, so she's put 172 on, so she comes out afterwards.
Well, she's been some confusion because Galena's left herself 10 seconds to set up.
I think she was waiting for Khan to come out, but Khan had changed her attempt.
And I don't know if she's going to get in there. And she timed out, and that
I think that's what happened. She had a higher lot number than Khan, and she was going out for the same weight. But the coach didn't spot
the change
that the Kazakhstani team had put the 172,
that
which is a smart move from them.
Really disappointing.
Yeah.
So Mazur now for 172.5. I'm seeing Gaston moving around there and some jury moving. I'm not sure what's happening. We'll just keep an eye on the board and see if we can find out anything. Yeah. But right now we've got 172.5, and this is to move Mazur from 4th to 3rd. Mind you, there's several very strong lifters to come, and I don't know if she locked that out.
She didn't, but she didn't seem to get anything from the shirt there. She was just pushing that up, pure power.
Yeah, which was similar to the previous lift as well. It just wasn't a lot of just power out of the shirt.
Through it. Very little help from the shirt, I thought.
So
So
172.5 now. Gold medalist.
Cannot be beaten. She is the world champion in the
Zuniya Khan,
76s.
the world champion from Kazakhstan, looking to finish it off with 172.5.
I'm being told there's a no lift, but I don't know which one we are
I think it might
about.
be confirming something with the Russian team.
Well, hopefully someone will let us know what's going on there. But in the meantime, this is Khan for 172.5.
She's already the world champion. Just
bit
can't
too
quite
heavy.
get that one. Yeah, I think there's some discussion from the Russian Olympic Committee team regarding
Because she timed out.
and I think the Russian coach was trying to argue that he didn't know, and I think they were told,
I think that's hard luck, really. She was called to the bar.
It's your job.
It's the coach's job to understand when the lifter needs to be on the platform.
That's correct. There's screens out the back. There's plenty of information everywhere, and there's announcements.
Zuniya Okatenko from Kazakhstan. She needs this to register a
All set of
lift.
trouble. If she gets this, she moves into the bronze medal position. It's just not coming together for her today. And I think she's managed to get there. I'm not sure if it's going to be a good lift or not. It's not. It's 3 red lights,
a lot
unfortunately.
of movement through the body.
What a disappointing end for her.
See if we can just see.
Her touch was all over the shop.
Butt was up.
Everything was moving. It's 3 red lights, so unfortunately you cannot protest with the jury with that
We
one.
have Kate Swettman coming out. She is guaranteed the bronze medal. She would like the gold medal.
I bet she would.
And this will also be a British record on the biggest bench in Britain.
182.5.
I remember watching her 180, and honestly, it moved like the empty bar. This is well within her capability.
Well, the 3 top lifters in the 84 plus kilo, it is all class there, isn't it? You've
Absolutely
got
phenomenal.
Sweetman, you've got Strick, you've got Kokazavena. All class.
Struggling for
It's a
stability.
tough one. Oh, she gets it moving well, but just not quite.
Not quite. That was so close.
Almost
so very
there.
close.
So she'll take home the bronze medal.
She had a good go at that. She just couldn't keep it still on her chest. I can see Giles is going to the jury, but I don't really know what he's asking about, to be honest.
Well, sometimes you've got to take a trip to the jury to make it look good for your athlete. I think as coaches we've all done that before.
Berkaman Batova now for 185. She missed this on her second.
So 185. She's ranked number 2. She can't lose that. And it's all over there. Downward movement already.
Leaves her with the best of 170 and the silver medal.
Ilya Strick now 185. She's in the gold medal position.
It's what she came for.
You know, she had a couple of decisions to make. She could have put in a placeholder there and had the opportunity to change it. But
well,
she's made a
180
smart
was
decision.
tough. I mean, she had a bit more shirt to come, but
that's right.
It was a tough lift.
If she put in a placeholder, she still would have had to have listed at least 187.5.
She got 180 in Czechia in August at the European Open, which she won, obviously.
So this is a smart move. 185, it's within reach. And then she just has to sit back and wait.
Controlled.
Oh, great press.
Look at that.
That looked better than her 180.
Absolutely phenomenal. It really did.
Do we get the happy strut? We do. There it is.
That was
what a
a
lift.
great
That
lift.
looked better than her second.
I like Elia Kistiakova in the super heavyweights.
She is fantastic. She's really enjoying it.
But is Yana Pokasevneva going to take it away from her?
She missed the 185. This is to put her in the gold and take the gold away from Ilya.
She's never done this before, but there is a world title at stake.
We are in unknown territory.
This is for the super heavyweight world title.
I imagine Ilya is sitting at the back watching this, chewing her nails, tapping her feet, waiting nervously. And the thing I love most about Ilya is she'll be more excited for her if she beats her.
Oh, she's unstable under the bar.
That's a tough one.
Oh, from this camera angle, I couldn't tell.
Let's wait and see. No lift. So Ilya Strik walks away
is
a
the
world champion.
She said to me today
time.
she's come for the gold medal and she is taking it with her.
And, you know, we've talked the whole time about consistency. And look at it. Ilya Strik put 3 lifts on the board. She didn't nominate the biggest lifts, but she put all 3 on, and she walks away the world champion. But right now, a world record attempt, 213.5 kilos from Lyudmila Prochenko from the Russian Olympic Committee.
This is Rhea Stin's record that she set in Orlando earlier. It was an APF, wasn't it, in August?
This is a big number, 213.5 kilograms. She came out with 207.5. She got the lights, it got overturned. She did it again. And she did it convincingly too. That second lift was absolutely beautiful.
It was a great bench.
And can she get the world record to go with that world championship? Oh, it's going to be tough. She's going to have to fight it. Yeah, she's losing the ability there.
It won't quite go. Rhea Stin's record lives another day.
Out, but this young lady takes the world championship in the 84s. She did everything she could. What an absolute effort. She ground this as far as she possibly could. And just lost the balance in the end there, unfortunately. But what an absolute effort that was. Absolutely fantastic. Well, don't go too far away. We will have back here at 5 p.m. We've got the men's 105s, the 120s, and the 120 pluses, and there are going to be some enormous numbers being thrown around. We will see you back here at 5 p.m.
I want to introduce Gaston Farage and Rashid Sultani for passing the medals. First of all lookers get memory badges. Starting with 47 weight class, third place goes for Maria Pollanska, Ukraine, 85 kilos. Second place goes to Oksana Motrunchik, Ukraine, 87.5 kilos. And the first place goes to Yana Zadorna, Russian Olympic Committee, 150 kilos. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for anthem of Russian Olympic Committee.
Everybody, please.
Moving on with 52 weight class, third place, Marcela Sandvik, Finland, 90 kilos. Second place goes for Elena Goncharenko, Russian Olympic Committee, 130 kilos. First place goes to Oksana Vedmed, Ukraine, 135 kilos. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for national anthem of Ukraine. 157 weight class. Third place goes for Mariana Collierdenko, Ukraine, 95 kilos. Second place, Maria Frank, Canada, 122.5 kilos. First place, Larisa Kotkova, Russian Olympic Committee, 155 kilos. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for anthem of Russian Olympic Committee. Free weight class. Third place, Lubica Polkarovova, Slovakia, 112.5 kilos. Second place, Lynn Helen Solbakken, Norway, 130 kilos. And the first place, Victoria Ultsova, Russian Olympic Committee, 150 kilos. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for anthem of Russian Olympic Committee.
Everybody stand up.
'69 weight class. Third place, Zadira Khabib, Kazakhstan, 152.5 kilos. Second place, Elia Kistiakova, Russian Olympic Committee, 155 kilos. And the first place, Matilda Vilma, Sweden, 178.5 kilos. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for national anthem of Sweden. '76 kilograms weight class. Third place, Linda Christensen, Norway, 152.5 kilos. Second place, Galena Liabilia, Russian Olympic Committee, 152.5 kilos. And the first place, Sania Khan, Kazakhstan, 165 kilos. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for national anthem of Kazakhstan. 84 kilograms weight class. Third place, Aziza Durmaimova, Kazakhstan, 142.5 kilos. Second place, Zadira Batova, Kazakhstan, 170 kilos. First place, Lyudmila Prochenko, Russian Olympic Committee, 207.5 kilos. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for anthem of Russian Olympic Committee. Weight class over 84 kilograms. Third place, Katrina Swettman, Great Britain, 165 kilos. Second place, Yana Pokazaneva, Russian Olympic Committee, 180 kilos. And the first place, Delia Strip, Netherlands, 185 kilos. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for national anthem of Netherlands. Thank you, listeners.